There's no doubt in my mind that the original Mario Brothers is a certified hood classic. However, there's one part that's kind of annoying. You're going through the levels, you beat level 1, ding! Oh, defeat the Goomba, jump on the Koopa shell. And then you go underground, you know, you mess around down there. Okay, that's pretty cool. Level 3, you know, some more overworld stuff. You're jumping around and you're avoiding the paratroopas flying. Pretty neat stuff, right? Then you get to the castle. Oh man, you know, suspense builds up. You're pretty intrigued. You go in there. Bowser, or you don't know his name's Bowser yet, I don't think. And I think his name was technically like King Koopa, and I can't really remember, to be honest, off the top of my head. It's very frustrating when you go in and then you're like, oh, I saved Peach, I saved the day, I defeated Bowser, and then as he's falling down the lava, you can tell the sprite becomes a Goomba. I think maybe a Koopa. Again, I don't really know, but doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. So it's very frustrating, I have to say. And yeah, you go up to you think you're saving the princess, and you get up there and you see little mushroom looking guy. He's a peculiar little guy. Peculiar tiny little fella. You kind of say what's up. He looks kind of suspicious, but it doesn't matter. You, hey! How's it going?
Sorry, Mario, but I'm just another castle. Thanks for saving me.
I'm glad I could help, Toad. I'm glad I could help. Well, enough of that. The original Super Mario Brothers is completely legendary. You know, before the original Nintendo came out, you had, you know, video games were kind of in the baby state still. You know, what'd you have? Pong. Okay, that's pretty cool. Especially, okay, it was like it's like the first like real video game. I'm not gonna disrespect it, man. Seriously, that would, you know, you had to start somewhere, right? In all things in life, you got to start somewhere. But you know, you start with Pong. Beep, 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 beep. It is what it is, right? And then you evolve into, you know, home consoles like the, what was that thing called? Magnavox Odyssey. And that thing was just a Pong console, but it was in the home. Neat. There was little layers you put over your TV that make it look like a hockey game or something, or like a tennis game. I mean, it was just Pong no matter how you looked at it, but, you know, whatever, right? For the time it came out, what was it, like the 70s, I think? Oh yeah, that was the 70s, I'm pretty sure. I mean, for the time, that's pretty cool. And yeah, the Magnavox Odyssey, I'm pretty sure that was like the first, I think that was the first home console, or the first home console with interchangeable. It was the first like actual home console. Well, I say the Atari 2600's like the actual, like, that's like the actual original home console, because the interchangeable cartridges were like actually really different, unique games, not just Pong and then different Pong and then another. It's like they were real cartridges, right? 1977 Atari 2600. Okay, pretty cool stuff. It started getting popular because of how unique it was. And everyone wanted to copy it. Everyone wanted to copy it. Intellivision, ColecoVision, DonkeyVision. All these little donkey contraptions were coming out and just corroding the market. And then you have the video game crash. I don't remember the exact date, but I know it was the early 80s. And, you know, that complete donkey crash, you know. All the video games, like, it's like, at least this is what happened in the American, you know, the consumer, you know, the video game market in America. It just completely crashed. No one really cared about video games as much. They were declining in popularity. You know, in Japan, the Famicom is gaining popularity. Well, they want to bring it overseas. Well, the only problem is the market. How are they going to do that? Make something revolutionary. Well, it's not just this. It's a great system paired with this revolutionary game. The original Nintendo is what we know it. That's how we know it here, right? The Famicom came out in 1984, I think. So I know someone's actually. I'm pretty sure it's 1984, right? But in Japan, 1984, and well, bringing it overseas. In order to bring it overseas, they had to remarket the beast. They couldn't make it look like a video game system. So they made it look like an entertainment contraption, like an entertainment donkey, like an entertainment beast. So they called it the Nintendo Entertainment System, and they made it look like a toaster. And you know, I know people disrespect the toaster design. I'm gonna be honest. I like it. I think it looks fine. My only thing though is that like every original Nintendo, that original release, the contraption where you put it in, you click it. So many of those are going faulty these days, and like when I use my system, I get that red blinking light. I can get it to work. I just have to take apart my system, and one thing that worked for me is I just completely cleaned the contacts, just revamped them and whatnot. That worked, but I still get the problem every once in a while. So, but again, so long as all my stuff works, I'm not really going to complain about it. You know, I could get a top loader, but the top loader doesn't do AV. It only does RF, and I like AV, so. Little nitpick, right? It probably wouldn't make that much of a difference. Maybe I should go with the top loader, but here we are, right? Anyways, the Nintendo Entertainment System comes to America. And why is it so popular? Well, they pack every single one in with this game. What was so special about this game? Well, quite frankly, everything. I mean, for starters, any platforming-esque game that it came out before, like Pitfall, was a platforming game, but it, you know, sides when you wanted to move to the next room, you kind of just the screen didn't simultaneously move with you in the same way that Mario did. It kind of just shifted, right? And well, the way that the side-scrolling phenomenon was coded, I mean, that is absolutely revolutionary. The way, I mean, the game just, especially for the time, it still holds up really well today. I mean, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, right? Still holds up super, super well today. Masterpiece. Masterpiece, I tell you. Masterpiece. And you have a colorful, expressive scene, upbeat, catchy music, fun platforming, interesting characters, and you just got a recipe for success. I mean, seriously. I mean, there's a reason that Mario is just so legendary. And then, of course, after the original Mario, all the mainline Mario releases were just consistently quality, like boom, 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 boom. Even when a mainline Mario game is a bad mainline Mario game, it's probably still a good game. Like, let me throw one at you. I don't know, New Super Mario Bros. U. That's a bad mainline Mario game, at least in the opinion of many fans. That's my thing is that it is still a good game, right? I still think it's a good game. I still think the platforming was made well. It's still a well-designed game, but the only thing is it lacks a sense of originality that a lot of the other games, like it lacks a little bit of identity compared to all the other Mario games. Like, you know, Mario 3 is the Mario game that's exceptionally even more revolutionary. You know, the Tanuki, the battles, like there's so much that game introduced. What did New Super Mario Bros. U, like what's its identity really? Well, more Mario with a new power-up and some little squirrels that fly around. And then the entirety of the rest of the game is just kind of a repurposing of older content, right? So, yeah, what I'm saying is, I kind of got off track a little bit. For the context of 1985, when the original Super Mario Brothers launched with the NES. Oh, also, it came with Duck Hunt, and Duck Hunt's pretty fun. You just zap ducks. You have like a little, light gun, you just zap ducks. It's pretty fun, but I'm not kidding. That's like the entire game. Oh, and there's like you shoot what are those things called? Hound doggies, where they like fly? No, that's not right. They like, it's like a shooting game. You throw in the air like, oh, mud puppies or mud pies or something. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest with you. Mud puppies or mud pies or something. But you throw them in there and you. I think that's a mini game in Duck Hunt. Yeah, not much to say about Duck Hunt. It's fun, you know. Definitely a really good showcase of the graphics at the time, and a really good showcase of the Nintendo's capabilities. And I think Mario and Duck Hunt were both great examples of what that system could do, especially given the context, right? I think they did a great job there. But no, I mean, Super Mario Brothers is just, I mean, I think the viewer, you know, there's a good chance you already know this. I would say a very, very, very good chance you already know this. I mean, it's just, and this is like the 1,000th video made on the original Mario on YouTube here. It's like, you know, I mean, this has been done a million times already, but I guess I want to give my own take on it, right? I mean, absolutely legendary game. I mean, I don't even have a complaint with the original Mario Brothers. I mean, given, especially when it came out, I don't really know what else they could have done in 1985. I mean, completely revolutionary. You know, the incentive to get to the end of the level is given because everything that's happening is just so interesting that you are intrigued enough to want, you know, you're thrown in level 1-1 is like, I mean, that is still the greatest first level ever made in a video game. It perfectly demonstrates the mechanics of the game without holding your hand too much. It's that perfect balance. It doesn't hold your hand too much. It's like show, don't tell. It doesn't tell you, you know, like in a lot of modern day tutorials, it's like, blah, 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 do this, it holds your hand too much. The original Super Mario Brothers is a perfect blend. It's perfect. Perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. Perfectly demonstrates it. I mean, seriously, you've got, it just doesn't really hold your hand. This is 2 days in the future from what you just saw in the past. Wait, no, when you're seeing this will all be the past, but right now, as I'm recording it, is 2 days in the future from that past footage because, well, you guessed it, I forgot to finish it again. But I just wanted to wrap up what I was saying, as I was thinking about maybe going into detail about Mario Wonder, but I do kind of want to save Mario Wonder for a different video because that's a whole different beast. And all I'll say is that Mario Wonder recaptures the brilliance of the original Mario and that it innovates in new ways. And really such a breath of fresh air for the franchise. But as this is so random, but I was just thinking about this today, is like, you know, in life or whatever you do, maybe not, I take this quote from like the lifting community, like, you know, the lifting, you know, internet lifters, but it's a good quote, and it's that, you know, it's the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Think about it, you know, some people are too comfortable and, you know, it's kind of hard to discipline yourself and go the extra mile. But that's the thing, you know, no pain, no physical pain of doing something you don't want to do, no physical pain of working hard, or no physical pain of putting yourself in an uncomfortable, you know, going out of your comfort zone. No sort of pain like that is more painful than regret. You know, that's the thing. You don't want to have regrets in life. Seriously, you don't want to, you know, you don't want to have regrets. And I was thinking about that today, and it's, I'm not perfect with that either, but I guess it's something for the viewer to think about. Completely unrelated to why Super Mario Brothers is a great game. Super unrelated, but I was just thinking about it. But yeah, well, I don't think there's much more for me to say, and I'm gonna alakazam teleport out of here.